So the penny stocks I'm going to share with you guys today, you definitely want to have on your radar, and they all are presenting extreme opportunities. We're talking about squeeze opportunities showing up, big news, and everything going on with these charts. And you're going to want to stick around for the last one. It just got big news, and it's being funded by a large player in the markets. So this is one stock to not ignore right now, and it could be setting up with a bright future as these partnerships continue to grow and all that money is getting injected to that company. Now, if you trade options in today's volatility, our SPY bot sent out a bull indicator at the 685.88 level. And as you can see there, it was sent out directly to the Discord at 12:35 p.m. and it has not been canceled and holding strong in the volatility. And call options have gone up within an hour over 200% plus, guys. If you guys want to receive the clarity and edge that you deserve and join the members using 42 Vision, and if you trade options and you look at the SPY, QQQ, and multiple stocks, you can go ahead and get connected, gain this edge, use these resources to maximize within this volatility. Now, it wasn't the only stock that pushed up higher with strength there and sent out a great opportunity. We also had our Tesla bot send one out there at the open at around the 455 level, sending out that bull indicator there right after the open, sitting at around the 9:45 a.m. mark, jumping all the way up towards 466, and call options on Tesla went up over 30% plus within an hour, guys. Again, you can gain access to our 42 Vision indicators and our resources and bots. The link is down below in the description and top pinned comment to navigate with an edge through the volatility, whether stocks are going up or going down. And we look forward to having you connected. Now, the first penny stock you want to be aware of, and it just went through a reverse split, is YYAI stock. This penny stock split yesterday for 1 to 50, and it's sitting right now at around 278. Now, it had a run from the 280s up towards 440, and that right there was pretty significant for an awesome opportunity to trade. Now, this is diluting shareholders because reverse splits are not really bullish, but it presents an opportunity for a possible squeeze, right? YYAI ran recently from 385 all the way up to 1150. Okay, those are the levels now after the split. Pre-split, it was other numbers, but there's the run. It was a run of nearly 3 to 4x. Now, it's sitting at around 278, and it's approaching the support from yesterday around 260. If that gets broken through, then this could accelerate towards 250, probably even $2. So I would not ignore the fact of how risky this is. Okay, this is just my opinion and perspective alone on what I'm seeing in the markets and what's being presented here with the YYAI stock after the split. And if supports are held, well, a retest and retracement of $4 or even north of that towards $5 is possible. And we literally saw it yesterday. So this is just a speculative and high risk reverse split dilution of shareholders if one is holding a position in this, unfortunately, because that's what reverse splits do, in hopes that the stock and company can come back and bring it up to higher levels. But this could go all the way down to $1 again. Also, they do these reverse splits to not get delisted, continue listed on the market, and here it is. So that support is 250 if 260 gets broken through. Now, if we hold up here and we're trying to push back up, that retracement could happen pretty fast, back up towards $3 to 310, and 315 is where it rejected in the live action today. So I'll be watching if this bear indicator up here near 329 gets canceled, and if inflows can pick up, and then the retracement level is back to $3, back to 360, and then all the way up towards $4 north. And we'll have to reassess and see what's going on there. But that's the main thing. There's multiple bear indicators on this chart, so there's nothing bullish about this stock. It's just that the reverse split already happened. A lot of that weakness has been priced in. Yesterday it had a pretty strong bounce, And here it is retesting that support, and it's going to be crucial to see if the bulls can reappear and this bear indicator on the 30-minute at the 415 level gets canceled, and then multiple bull indicators appear, and then we try to retest and retrace to certain inflow versus outflow levels. That's what I'm going to be looking for on this one. If it breaks 250 and it accelerates to 230, $2, I will ignore this one. There's nothing else to it. It's just momentum, possible squeeze opportunity if this could go ahead and push shorts out of their positions if it goes north of $4. Another thing that we can clearly see on YYAI stock, this penny stock has done a full transition from the rip area to the dip area yesterday, and then it ripped right back up to bright green bars, and now we're back at the dip area of Wire-Fred borders. This is the area of extreme weakness, as I call it and refer to, and this is the area of extreme strength. And those are the transitions of both points of supports and resistance and strengths and weakness in the charts. And then we also use for the trend of strength our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as extra layers of confirmation. And you could see it there popping up on the screen. These are some of the experiences of members using our SPY bot, our QQQ bot, our 42 vision indicators, navigating through the volatility and maximizing on the opportunities that are presented. And you can get equipped as well. Again, that link is down below in the description. We look forward to getting you connected and having you join us. Now, the next stock here on this list, the penny stock that we once mentioned here back at around the $2 area months ago, and it's jumped up here and we're back up to key resistance levels. We're talking about new 52-week highs. This penny stock is Terra Wolf stock. Okay, now it's sitting up here at $16, and it had a run today from 12 to 16. Okay, it had its earnings, right? The earnings came out, all the information recently, and everything is looking very optimistic and strong and growth driven for this stock. Now, if you look at the open interest on options on this one, there's a lot of concentration north of $17 and even $20. Is it guaranteed to hit that? No, but definitely something to watch here. And it is back under a bear indicator on the shorter time frames of the 5-minute, but when you zoom out to the 30-minute, strong bull indicator, and on the 15-minute, strong bull indicator, since down here at around the $13 and $14 areas. So the support here is going to be 16.22. If that gets broken through quickly, this could come down to 15.40s and then all the way back down to 14.60. But if this could hold the support here going into tomorrow, the first thing I'll be looking for is a breakout above 17, and the next leg up could push it closer to 18 or even north towards $20. This is one stock that has a lot of positive news right now. It is up near 52-week highs, okay? Came down from way down here, right? Came up from way down here at these levels, right? Throughout the year. And now it broke out the high of the 52-week high of 629. So we definitely want to see it hold it, and that is no mystery, okay? Exact levels there around 1620. No mystery that is the support here of today, and pushed it up towards 1690s, almost $17. And now it rejected, and now it needs to hold. That is the most important thing. If it pulls back towards 1550, 1460, it will be worth watching for something more longer term. But in the short term, going into tomorrow, this definitely wants to hold above 16 to even try to break 17 and go towards 20. Okay. Now, the next one had huge news. This penny stock had a huge jump to the point that it even has a new logo, okay? And that is Nokia, NOK stock. This penny stock was sitting below $5. It's been slowly pushing upwards, and at around the $6 area, it was sitting flat. Today, it bounced up 20% plus. Highs up here of $8. There's probably a lot of concentration. If you look at the volume, go over to the open interest, $8 on multiple expiration dates, and strike of $8 probably has a high concentration of inflows. Now, Nokia did not soar on its own just because some news and it's just any stock that is going to inject money. As I told you, it's going to be $1 billion being invested into this penny stock, and it's from a big player. A big player. NVIDIA. NVIDIA is going to take a 2.9% stake in Nokia by purchasing about 166 million new shares at $6 each. Okay, to accelerate the development of 5G and 6G software to run on NVIDIA's architecture. This is huge for NVIDIA, okay, because they're going to now be able to make Nokia stand out, be worth something more than just, a stock that's fighting to innovate and be part of the future. And now NVIDIA is bringing it up, and then this is tremendously huge for Nokia. So the first support is going to be 773. That is going to be a key level. That's what's been holding this up. That's the lowest that we've seen it since the run up. If that gets broken through, then down towards 750 and then down towards $7. So we definitely want to see this one stay above 750. If it breaks it, above $7 is going to be important. Anything below that, I would just completely ignore it and keep it on my watch list and see how low it goes. And then probably take a chance on something more slower pace and longer term. But in the short term, if this could hold 750 and specifically 774 and go for a retest and break out towards 8 from today to tomorrow, or from today, to the end of this week, this could try to go for a push north of 8 and attempt $9 or even $10. Okay. So that's what I'll be watching on this penny stock. This is big news for Nokia. Okay, NVIDIA investing $1 billion. And you have multiple bull indicators. Even the 5-minute. I mean, that was a huge, huge move there. So trying to come back down to 770, maybe trying to test 750. It could be a healthy pullback, and it's definitely something to watch and see if the bulls reappear. And you definitely do not want the bears to take over those levels, because this has a huge gap to fill and retest to the downside where those inflow levels are, down at 650 and then the $7 area. Now, if you want to know more about stocks like these and be up to date on the stocks that I share each video, in the last video, the stocks that I shared went up 20% plus within a week. Another one went up about 40%. After news and the setups and everything that was going on with those charts. And if you want to know about these stocks and not miss a single video, hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel and hit that like button if you enjoy this content, and share with a friend so they can be aware of these insights, hear out my perspective and my opinion, not financial advice, but I do enjoy sharing with you guys the things that I'm seeing in the market that may be presenting some opportunity. And then I get to show you guys what's going on with 42 Vision, the bull and bear indicators, and look in the live action up bear indicator on the 5-minute is looking to possibly close and confirm. It just opened up, so this 5-minute does need to close and confirm to confirm that bear indicator, but it is accelerating there a little bit. And that break from 774, well, then the next support's going to be 747, 750, to definitely not ignore here on Nokia. Now, a little bit about 42 Vision, if it's your first time coming across the channel. The way I share, once you join, you get access to all these resources and information on it. But just to give you guys a summary, the most important thing is we're looking for dip areas for opportunities on multiple time frames, like the 5-minute. It had a dip area. The 15-minute didn't go there, but if you go to the 3-minute, it was under a dip area there on that second time. And then if you go to the 1-minute, it was under a dip area there around that time. So I know that in the live action, volatility does get a little bit annoying, right? Like, it's going up and down, these contracts, like, it broke the support here of the day, and then now it's trying to reverse. So to go about different strategies, just a simple one here. There was a lot of chop in the beginning part of the day. But this 1-minute was dominating, and then the 3-minute, 5-minute, they all got bear indicators, and it was just falling. And the way to know the strength of trend is when these white with red borders are not changing back to red with green borders, or even back to a red bar. The trend has not changed, and that's kind of linear there. You can kind of see it here as well. As soon as this first one appeared, you had the confirmation of this bear indicator, okay? And these have been back to back, so the weakness hasn't stopped yet, right? There's no sign of reversal, and you can see it here. Anybody would have thought, oh, okay, there might be some support here. It's trying to hold. Let's see if it bounces. And what happened? It did the next leg down. Now it is trying to go from white with red borders to white with green borders, and that could, quickly transition back to a red with green borders, and then maybe a shift has changed. But so far, it's still sitting there. But the whole point that I want to get to is, you want to look for multiple white with red borders, okay, for a real confirmation of a strong dip area, and you had that from the 1 minute all the way to the 5 minute here at 11:30, and then you want to see transitions happening, right, going from white with red borders back to red with green borders. And I like to tell people to look for multiple bull indicators. So the bull indicator on the 5 minute did not happen until almost 30 to 40 minutes later, okay, or almost an hour. But once it happened, I mean, the momentum has been strong, okay? But, if one wants to, have a stop loss or have some type of strategy, the way I would approach it is look for those dip areas. And then as soon as I see on the 1 minute a bull indicator, okay, start thinking, okay, is this time to get in, or am I going to look for a healthy pullback? And maybe you don't get this full move, but now you have confirmation at around, right, the 685 level. And then you get another confirmation here of a bull indicator while waiting on the 3 minute at around the 685.70 level, 686 level. And what happened? It pulled back. And now as long as these do not get canceled, okay, that right there is a sign of there's some strength here. I'm going to set a stop loss, at any support level below and see what happens. Well, shortly after, it went ahead and it ran. Okay. Now, the SPY today, that's what it did. It ran like that, and that was an impressive, explosive move. But I like to use the strategy more and more of the members use it. More of the sense of the 15-minute confirmation. So the 15-minute confirmation today was choppy on both sides of the trade. But on a day like, this for, let's see, Tesla. Tesla was under a bull indicator here at around the 454 level. It fell all the way down to 452. And at least one can think, okay, there's a trend that I'm looking for. So I'm looking for the upside. As long as this bull indicator does not get canceled at the open, even if it's pulling downwards, I'm going to be looking for that dip as an opportunity. Okay, you could see it here as well. It happened yesterday as well. But for today's example, the first thing I'll be looking at is, okay, let's zoom now into the 1 minute. So the 1 minute got a bull indicator right away here at around the 454 level after that dip, and it hit a white with red border area, and it started transitioning. Then the 3 minute goes ahead and gets a bull indicator here after the first 6 to 9 minutes and around the 455 area, and it ran all the way up to 461 in a matter of minutes. And then you had the 15 minute holding up the full picture that it had been there. So on that dip, okay, it went down to 452, and this run happened all the way up to 462, 464, and even 461 here. So the only thing that was missed through that volatility is we already had a sense of direction. So looking at the 1 minute, the 3 minute, and the 5 minute, it prepared me. And then if I waited until the bull indicator, all I missed was about $2 difference, right, of confirmation, and then the move happened. So even if I missed this dip, yes, the prices were probably phenomenal. Maybe they were 20% below. But getting the confirmation of the 1 minute, aligning with the 15 minute, and then as you're holding into the strength, the 3 minute and the 5 minute are confirming as well. And then as it's pushing up, it's just a whole setup of strategy to go ahead and say, There you go. I like this profit. It could be a 20, 30, 40% move and call it a day. The whole point of 42 Vision is like adding that perspective, preparing you, and putting you in front of an opportunity to maximize. That's the whole goal. And that's what we look for and strive for every single day. This is like the most summarized way I could show you 42 Vision and how to strategize with it. I go into more detail again in the Patreon and Discord. But as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And let's make some money.